What's up, guys? Today in this video, I'm going to discuss the top 5 social media trends you need to be aware of for your business in 2025. Now, I just want to make things clear that I'm not the biggest fan of trends myself, but the way the things move so fast in the social media space, it's important for us to be up to date and know what's going on. So without much further ado, let's jump into it. The first one is AI in content creation. This shouldn't be anything new. If you are someone that hasn't been living under a rock the last few years, most people are using AI in their content right now. And while there are valid concerns about the use of AI and the repercussions that might have, there's no hiding from the fact that people are using it more and more and are turning it into a major asset. If you look at this, you can see that 69% of marketers now use AI in their day-to-day and are experimenting with new ways to incorporate it into their workflow. And according to a survey from HubSpot in 2024, 34% of marketers are using it for research, 41% to outline content, 46% to draft content. So those who refuse to use AI in this age that we are right now will be left behind. So if you don't want to be left behind, the question you should ask shouldn't be, should you use AI? It's how do you properly use AI for content creation without sounding like a robot? Because using AI properly goes beyond just asking ChatGPT for some content ideas or asking it to draft a generic caption. You need to learn the skill of prompt engineering, which is basically how to properly speak to these AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and the rest, because the better you can speak to them, the better your output will be. And remember, the goal isn't to have AI handle everything for you. It's basically to have it help with those repetitive parts of creating content, like I said, coming up with the ideas and some other things, so that you have time to focus on more important things and more important parts of your business. The key thing as well is that you must always be refining and fine-tuning the outputs that AI gives you. You don't directly just post whatever ChatGPT gives you on social media. That's not the way to stand out, and that's going to actually hold you back in the long run. And the final thing I'll say about AI tools, this section, is when it comes to the different social media platforms, they all have different AI tools which they're experimenting with. So when these become available to you, make sure you test them out and give them a try. For example, there was a time Instagram was testing out AI stickers. TikTok has also done some playing around with AI. Whenever these features become available, make sure you test them out, because these platforms like to reward those that use these features first, because they really want to push them to as many people as possible, if that makes sense. So the second trend we're going to talk about is social SEO. There was a time when if you had a question, most people would just go to Google or maybe now go to ChatGPT, but things are changing, because right now 40% of Gen Z are actually using TikTok or Instagram over Google as their search engines. So what that means is when they have a question, when they want to research something, instead of going to Google or ChatGPT, they actually go to TikTok. You can see this is what the search looks like on TikTok right now, and this is what it looks like on Instagram. So these platforms have gotten to a point where their search functions are very sophisticated. They're actually kind of matching Google. Now, does this mean the end of Google? Of course not. Those that will use Google will still use Google, but it does mean that SEO is more important on these platforms than ever before, and people are searching directly for what they want instead of using hashtags, for example, which is how people discovered content previously. So this means that if you're a business owner, a content creator who wants to grow on social media, you need to understand how search works, and you need to know how to optimize your content so that when people search for it, you come up. And this comes to one main thing, which is keywords. Knowing the proper keywords to use in your content and on your profile to make sure when people search for these terms that you can actually come up. So simple action step for this point is just think about 3 to 5 keywords that describe whatever content you are posting and add them in relevant places on your social media content. Places like the caption of your post on Instagram or your hashtags, post itself, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Twitter, wherever you are, make sure you're thinking through those keywords and thinking about how you could be adding them, because that's what will influence whether your content will actually come up when someone searches for it. I also highly recommend just watching a quick YouTube video to let you understand the basics of SEO. And you can go a step further by actually watching this video specific to the platform you are on currently. So if you're on Instagram, just go to YouTube or TikTok, like I said, and watch a video on basics of Instagram SEO. That will really give you a lot to know and will help your efforts in making sure your content shows up. And I might actually put out a video on that coming up in the future as well. So the third trend you need to be aware of is social commerce. And this basically means people buying things directly on social media platforms. Now, according to Statistica, in 2023, there were just over 106 million social buyers in the US. But by 2027, they are estimating that this figure will grow by over 10% to 118 million. And what that means is that people are buying things directly on social media platforms, and these platforms are also encouraged to push this behavior basically. So if you look at this, a great example is TikTok Shop. When someone is on live, you can shop from them. You can also post videos where people can shop from. And then you can also have your store where people can shop from directly on the platform, enter their details and take care of everything. So instead of posting a link to your offer or telling people to click the link in your bio or in your TikTok profile, people are able to do the entire thing and run through the entire buying journey on TikTok or Instagram or whatever platform that is. And this is an amazing idea because it allows you to convert more people, and that also makes sure people stay on those platforms. For example, if someone buys from your TikTok profile using this feature, they'll still be on your TikTok profile instead of you having to drive them to an external website, for instance. Now, if you're a business owner, this applies to you in a very simple way. Just make sure you use this functionality on whatever platform you're on, if that's TikTok, if it's available to you, or Instagram, because Instagram does have this as well. They are still working out some of the kinks though. And while it's mainly for product-based businesses right now, I do think they will have something for service-based businesses soon to make things like booking appointments, generating leads much easier for you. Because the truth of the matter is friction in the buying process kills sales. So the easier it is to buy something, the more people will buy. And the harder it is to buy something, the less people will buy. So instead of telling people, like I said earlier, to go to the link in your bio, click through to your sales page and scroll down on your sales page, find the checkout button, click the checkout button, go to your checkout page, then enter their details. That's a lot of steps. You are going to lose conversions at every step of that process. So it would be much easier if they could just click on the post, enter their details, and they get their product in a few days or whenever. So this quick, convenient, seamless experience will definitely help you make more money. The fourth one trend is short form content. And this should be obvious because since TikTok blew up, this has been a mainstay across all the biggest social media platforms. Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, they are all dedicating a lot of resources to short form content and they are prioritizing it. So this will continue in 2025, but I believe that instead of just posting these short 5-second clips that used to blow up a few years ago, it's now about crafting high impact, engaging narratives that hook users and deliver tons of value in few seconds. So social media has thrived so well because it helps to capture attention, because when you see someone's face, it's more personal and it helps to catch your eye faster. And they also get much more engagement on average compared to text posts, for instance. So another great part about short form video is that right now, like I said, with all the top platforms prioritizing it, it is hands down one of the most versatile pieces of content you can create. Because if you create a TikTok, that can directly become an Instagram or Facebook reel, a YouTube short, a LinkedIn video, an X video, and so on and so forth. And while this video might not perform well on all these platforms, because these platforms have different algorithms and look at different things, it's, like I said, still the most versatile type of content you can create. So if you're posting on all platforms or on multiple platforms, short form video will definitely be a big time saver for you. So you should make it a core part of your strategy. Finally, the last one we're going to talk about is payment for creators from the platforms. So if you're a coach or business owner watching this, I'm sure you already have offers in your own business. If you're a creator, this is a reminder to you that you need to have your own offers that generate income besides what the platform offers. But being able to make money directly from the platforms is something I would say all creators want. And that's why one of the reasons why YouTube is so popular, because there's a lot of monetization opportunities like the YouTube Partner Program and Super Thanks and things of the sort. So other platforms are trying their best to emulate this. In 2023, Twitter launched their creator ad sharing, which enables creators to earn a share of revenue from ads displayed in replies to their tweets. TikTok also had their creator fund back in the day and now the creativity program. So all these platforms are trying to offer paid incentives to creators so they keep coming back. But right now, YouTube is probably the best. So if you have the bandwidth, you should go there. So that's the video. If you need some help nailing down your social media strategy so you can generate more leads and revenue for your business, go your online audience and click the first link in the video description and go to my IG and DM me the word grow. You can also find other links as well to my newsletter or to my ebook. See you soon.